What's happening across the world? The global market is reporting a meltdown. We are looking at markets across the world, different countries, that is reporting dip one after another as the markets are opening, especially in Asian countries. And this is in the backdrop of Trump tariff announcement. Tokyo's Nikkei 2025 index has lost 8%, standing at about 31%. And that's just about one. That's Japan. South Korea's KOSPI losing 5.5%, standing at 2,300 points. Even Australia's S&P tumbling 6.3%, stands at 7,000 points. Remember, one after another, as the markets are opening this week, we are reporting that there appears to be a downturn, a meltdown that's happening. They are reporting certain losses as well. We'll try and get more understanding if the opening is in red and why. And how has Trump tariff, which has been quite a few days now, is impacting in such kind of a perspective. All right, let's go across now. Joining me, Shailendra Bhatnagar. He's our chief analyst and editor from Business Today and specially focuses on the markets. Shailendra, good morning. Tell me more about this, because while I'm speaking, I see more and more countries, markets opening, and it's all in the red. It's all, as it says, a meltdown. What does this mean, and why do we say it's with regard to Trump tariff?
It's not a good morning, Pooja, as you very likely used the word meltdown. That is what is happening in equities, and nothing is spared. Crude oil is now at a 4-year low. Gold has also slipped 6% from its all-time high. And the biggest indicator of global weakness coming in because of Mr. Trump's misguided tariffs is copper. Copper is an industrial metal. It is down 13% so far in April, which includes 7% fall today. So everything that is related to an asset, which is equity, commodity, gold, bond yield, currencies, all of them are now falling at 9 pence. So as you very rightly say, it's a global meltdown and it is going to get worse.
But we can't predict about Indian markets just yet. Of course, we are waiting for the markets to open. But do you see that if most Asian countries are reporting like this, perhaps Indian markets could also show a certain uncertainty?
Yes, the GIFT Nifty, we have GIFT Nifty futures trading 4% lower. That's about a 750 point fall in the first tick that you will see. The best, Pooja, that we can hope for today is that we have a gap down of about 700, 750 points, and then we trade flat. This is a very, very painful time for assets holders of all kinds, whether you hold for gold, whether you buy commodities, whether you invest in equities. So I'm afraid that there is no, safety asset left unless you are into a fixed deposit.
Shailendra, just one final question for the benefit of our viewer. Tell me how Trump tariff, which is with regard to a trade war, resulting in this meltdown from Australia to Japan to South Korea and other countries?
It's very simple, Pooja. So when the US raises tariffs for all imports that come into its country, it feeds inflation. If you are a US citizen, whatever imported product that you will buy from China, Australia, India, the US, the EU, and any other country, it will be more expensive to the extent of tariff employed, which basically means inflation will go up. And that means that growth will slow because companies will cut costs in some manner or the other. They will cut down on jobs. They will cut down on all necessary or unnecessary expenditure. And that basically means slower growth. The US is also cutting down on all its expenses. The multiplier effect of money being taken out of the economy is terrible. And therefore, you see whatever was inflated will fall down like 9 pence. And that's the reason. Two things that need to be watched are copper prices, which is an industrial metal, and it foretells global growth or global slowdown, and of course, crude oil prices. Both of them, crude oil in particular. Yeah. So that's
very important, Shailendra. Thank you so much for telling us. Remember, I'm reporting about several countries right now that are reporting a downturn, a meltdown right now. We'll be tracking how it continues for the rest of the day. Amid all of this, remember that Trump tariff clearly is the big focus. It's the big global headline right now. Where does India stand now? Remember, India has taken the negotiation route till now. What happens after 26% tariff? India unlikely to retaliate against Trump's tariff. Deal talks are still in progress, according to our sources. Unlike, for example, China, Canada, India does not plan to retaliate against American President Donald Trump's 26% import tariff. We are told that an Indian government official, via sources, have informed that Prime Minister Modi's administration has looked into a clause of Trump tariff order. There are offers of a possible reprieve for trading partners who take significant steps to remedy non-reciprocal trade arrangements. So this is going to be important. Remember that since the past few months, since the information was clear that Donald Trump is set to impose a reciprocal tariff, and there are certain items on which India does impose high tariff on the USA goods. India has been, through its ministers, officials, administration, constant meetings have been done in the past few months. And it has resulted in this. Remember, Donald Trump said, India is a friend. Prime Minister Modi was here. He's a friend, but India treats us harshly. Our Foreign Affairs editor, Geeta Mohan, joining me on the phone line. Geeta, good morning. Tell me about why possibly India believes that retaliation is not the way to go and why that route would be taken.
Well, because at this point in time, India is engaged with the United States of America with regards to the BTA future. If India retaliates at this juncture, which is very, very critical, we are at a critical stage. India is looking at a BTA at the earliest. The leaders have announced by the fall of this year. And if that happens, most of these tariffs and the reciprocal tariffs that are being slapped and impacting Indian businesses would not exist. They would cease to exist. So the priority over here is not the temporary losses that India could face. It is a permanent solution, which could very well be a bilateral trade agreement between the two countries.
Okay, so that route could also be taken, and we are waiting with more updates to come on in this, especially as, remember, China or Canada have been threatening certain reciprocal tariff or higher tariffs. Thank you, Geeta, for now. It's the global economy that's presently grappling with this kind of fallout over Trump's reciprocal tariffs, and there could be a 2.0 version that could come on this as well. 9th April is when all of this starts to take into effect. America, we are told, could range even higher tariffs on certain goods from 57 countries. Key trade partners like the UK, Japan and the European Union would be looking closely. India is also closely monitoring the situation. For now, it appears that they would not retaliate with same reciprocal higher tariff. But Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal would be meeting exporters on 9th of April to discuss possibly the impact on Indian business. 9th of April means, remember, US will import 26% and over on some Indian exports, especially that could impact textiles, steels and agriculture. But also remember that India has also received exemptions on certain crucial export items.
At some point, you're unwilling to tolerate this idea of a Trump put. Is there a threshold?
I think your question is so stupid. I mean, I think it's I don't want anything to go down. But sometimes you have to take medicine to fix something.